Hey solo gamers, thanks for checking out How's It Play Solo. I'm Mack Kern, and today I'm taking a look at the solitaire microgame Elevensies for One. This game started out as a print and play game, but it's now available in a boxed edition from Eagle Gryphon Games. This boxed edition also comes with a bonus game, Bowling Solitaire, and if you'd like to watch my review for that game, I've posted a link to that video in the description for this video. Let's take a look. In Elevensies for One, your goal is to load all of the items onto the T-trolley within the time limit specified by the game. When you set the game up, you set the T-trolley aside, and then you set up your timing cards so that it shows the time as 10:45. Then you shuffle up the rest of the cards and arrange them randomly in the pantry. Now the way the pantry works is from top to bottom, left to right. So this is considered the first card in the pantry, this is the second card, and so on. After you shuffle the cards and lay them out, you can move any one card in the pantry to the beginning of the pantry. If you choose to do that, you lose 1 minute. So if I do that, it'll make the time 10:46. On a turn in Elevensies for One, you have 3 options. You start with the first card in the pantry, and one of the options that you have is to score a card. So if it's the next chronological card, the T-trolley is 1. If you have the next chronological card to load onto the trolley, you can score that card. So to do that, you place the card onto the pile of T-trolley cards, and then you perform the action on the card. So if I score the T, I have to flip one card in the pantry face down. So let's say that I'll flip this one face down. And then after I've loaded that item onto the cart, I lose 1 minute. And then I move to the next card. Another option you have on your turn is to simply use the effect of the card. So if you can't score or don't want to score the card, you can just use its effect and then turn the card face down. So if I use the effect of the milk, I'm gonna flip 2 other cards in the pantry face down, and then I lose 1 minute at the end of my turn. Finally, if I don't want to score or use the action of the selected card, I can simply set it aside in my discard pile. And you can never have more than 3 cards in your discard pile. So if you already have 3 cards there, discarding is not an option. There are a couple different cards that pull cards out of the discard pile as their effect. So those are the 3 options that you can do. As you move from card to card in the pantry, you skip over any that are face down. And once you've reached the end of the pantry, if you haven't won yet, then you take all of the cards in the pantry, whether they're face up or face down, and you shuffle them all together and relay them out face up. And from there, you start again at the beginning of the pantry, taking one of the 3 actions for each card until you either load the entire T-trolley or until you run out of time. If you're able to load the entire T-trolley before the end of the game, you win and get to score your game based on how much time is left over. Elevensies for One is very quick and it's very simple. It hasn't dramatically changed my life, but I really enjoy it for what it is. This is the first true microgame that I've played solitaire, and I really enjoy it. I think you get to make some interesting decisions, and the game does a lot with very little. The only components are 13 cards. The box is small. There's another game in this box, so you get your money's worth. It's affordable. I think where the game really stands out for me is that when someone tells me, hey, I'll be over at your house in 5 minutes, and I know that it's likely that they'll actually be at my house in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I can pull this game out. If they are there in 5 minutes, I've already finished the game and can put the game away quickly. If they're not after 5 minutes, I've already finished one game, I can set it up and play again. Another thing I think is great about this game is you could travel easily with this. You can put this in your carry-on. You could play it on an airplane tray. I just think that it's a really neat concept distilled down to very little, and it's just easy to pull out on the go. It's easy to travel with. Situations like that, this game is, I would consider it a necessity. So if that's a gap that you need to fill in your solo collection, definitely check this game out.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.